Hello and welcome to the I Am Mom Summit. Thank you for stopping by. I am so excited to have this time with you today. I hope you find something that is uplifting and inspiring to you and your family. My name is Kimberly Feller Robinson. My husband Quinn and I live in Washington State. We have 4 kids, 3 boys and 1 girl, ages 9 to 16. He works in IT. I'm a guest teacher at our school district, a job I never thought I would have, let alone love. But I love those kids and I like being where my children are and on their schedule, so it's great. I also serve on our district's education foundation board. I serve the children in our church congregation. I am a photographer, but basically everything I do revolves around my family. Motherhood has been the greatest adventure for me. It has taught me more about myself and the world around me and humanity than I ever thought possible. I'm no professional expert in mothering, but I have followed many for years, and I've picked up a few strategies of my own along the way, some of which I'm going to share with you right now. So, there are more human connections being made and at a faster rate now than ever before in the history of our world. It's almost impossible to avoid being connected to something now in our day-to-day lives, but with so many forces clamoring for our attention, it's getting harder and harder to make real meaningful connections with each other. Teens are struggling more now than ever with their mental and emotional well-being. A lot of us at home are stressed out and distracted. A lot of us forget what's most important or even how to deal with those things that are most important. It's vital to pause and remember these things often. What are the most important things in life? What kind of relationships do we want to have had with those we care about most? How can we make lasting connections with our children? We are all going to have relationships with our children. They may as well be good ones. Yet only a fraction of our lives are actually spent raising our children. We want to have great connections with them, but they have to be effective ones. We want them to be happy at home and when they're grown, but they still need to acquire skills that will help them function on their own and be able to take care of themselves and even others someday, maybe even us. Hopefully we can create relationships with our children that never fade. I value more than I can express the relationship I have with my parents still today. I call them for help and advice, but we still go to movies together and on vacations. It's fantastic. And I hope that that continues with my own kids and their future families. Making great connections with our children doesn't just happen usually. They take effort and planning and synergizing and sacrifice and humility, to name a few. So how do we make those kind of connections with our children? Ones that will last a lifetime and even longer. Connections that will see us through our challenges together, but also rejoice in our accomplishments with us. I've got lots of ideas that will help. And now, not in any particular order of importance, here are 20 ways that you can help connect with your kids, young or old. Number 1, establish clearly defined family rules, expectations, and goals. Everyone needs to commit to these and follow through with them. They should be fair to everyone. Our family has 12 rules and 1 goal. All of us help make these rules and all of us follow them. They create a planned framework that leads us toward our goal. It's so helpful to know where we're going. When someone steps outside those boundaries, everyone knows what those consequences are. Just knowing what's expected of us and what we can expect really helps us create safe, reliable relationships. Now, these expectations will change as children grow, but they can be adapted to family changes, and some goals can stay the same. Even when kids are grown, we still like to know that we're connected with a family. I know I do. Okay, number 2, help our children understand who they are, what their purpose is and potential is, and how that relates to their family, community, and world. This could include helping them understand their ancestry, their culture, but also their own individual gifts and talents, and what they can do with those things. Teach them how to make plans that will help them reach their goals. We connect with our kids and they connect with us when they understand what their purpose and the purpose of those around them are. This is a lifelong endeavor that also connects them to their past and their future. I teach almost every day at any one of the schools in our school district, and I'm amazed at how many kids look and feel lost in life. It's heartbreaking. They don't know who they are, they don't know where they're going or how to get there. But they will listen to any influence along the way. We hope that all kids can connect with people who will help them and help us make this world a happier place. Okay, number 3. Look at our children in the eyes several times a day. Make that visual connection. A lot can be seen by our expressions alone. They can tell us if we're happy or sad. Make sure that when we look at them, we make a positive, hopeful, loving connection. If our children are older or far away, we can use media to connect us through apps like FaceTime and Marco Polo. Okay, number 4, have lots of positive physical contact. They say everyone needs 7 hugs a day, but high fives, fist bumps, pats on the back, those are all good, and you never get too old for that. Number 5, establish really fun and consistent traditions. Even invite our kids to help them create and carry them out. Some should be weekly, like movie night, game night, park day, and some should be monthly or seasonally, like a holiday. Our favorite Valentine's Day tradition, my kids love heart attacking our house every February. Each year they make 5 new paper hearts and write a message to each family member on them, and then we tape all the ones we've collected over the years up around the house, and we just love, who doesn't love to see words of affirmation, appreciation, and love for them every day. This not only helps us connect with our kids, but it helps them connect with each other as well. Number 6, sneak in some love when you're not able to be with your children. Send love notes in their lunch boxes, text messages that are encouraging, loving, and thoughtful about their day. Picking up their favorite gum and sticking it in their backpack, or leaving something for them to wake up to or come home to. These small, spontaneous moments are when little things, something little like that, goes a long way. We can make a frequent connection and cut through the noise and the clutter of life with moments like these. Okay, number 7, celebrate wins and losses. I watched every episode of Tom vs. Time, that Facebook series about Tom Brady. I was so impressed with how his relationship with his mother influenced his amazing career. Like him and the Patriots or not, his mother was incredible, and he is wise enough to recognize that. He praised her for hugging him and telling him, great job, whether he won or lost growing up. So she was there to unconditionally support him, which gave him confidence and strength to overcome challenges. And later he honored her in one of his Super Bowl wins, and the Patriots even gave her a Super Bowl ring. Pretty cool. And shows that this kind of connection isn't limited to just childhood. Okay, number 8, limit screen time and social media. By now, we have learned the negative effects of too much of both and how they distort real life relationships. Limiting time with these distractions will encourage more real, honest, and meaningful interaction. Number 9, find more ways to have fun together in day-to-day things. Read books together, grab one of your kids to go to the grocery store with you, have them help you make dinner, and let them engage in those moments by taking turns reading, helping find smart things to budget for at the grocery store that they like. Let them choose what's for dinner. The more balanced these moments are, the more you both feel connected, and it teaches them so much in the process. Number 10, eat a meal together as a family every day or as often as possible. It builds relationships and also healthier eating habits and better manners. Our extended family dinners help us bond beyond youth and immediate family relationships. Number 11, get involved in your child's world. Help coach one of their teams, volunteer to help with something at their school, play one of their favorite games with them, read their favorite book, and then talk about it together later on. Showing an interest in them creates a more sincere relationship. Number 12, go places together. All configurations with siblings and friends are great, but the power of one-on-one time cannot be over-exaggerated. Whether it's a walk, a drive, a quick trip to the ice cream store, they open up much easier if the spotlight isn't directly on them sometimes. As good as eye contact is, we also need moments when maybe the focus isn't so sharply on us. especially during tender moments. These outings can be brief and casual to extended and formally planned out. When our kids enter 8th grade, I work on a plan with each of them to go on an adventure together. Just the two of us. I figure my husband's gotten to go on plenty of camping trips with them over the years, and I want to really connect with them like that as well. Hopefully when they're old enough to appreciate it, but not too old to miss important things like high school and stuff. So I start the conversation pretty early on with each of them, and we start thinking about some ideas, what we want to do, where we want to go, how much it might cost, or things that we're going to do while we're gone. It takes a little while to thoughtfully make a plan and save up for it, so we try not to just throw something together. It needs to be meaningful. I should mention that it's not just whatever they want. There are some constraints, and it's something that has to be meaningful to both of us, because I know that someday they will have friends or spouses they will need to cooperatively make plans with, and this is good practice. They need to know that they're important, but they're not the center of the universe. Our oldest son, Jackson, loves amusement parks like the rest of us over here. And one he hadn't been to yet was Knott's Berry Farm in California. He also loved Charlie Brown, so we made a plan that we would go to California for our adventure and include a visit to that park. He had never been snorkeling really before, so I got a Groupon to rent some equipment down in La Jolla, and we snorkeled the cove there. I have been a lifelong fan of the composer John Williams and knew when he would be performing at the Hollywood Bowl, so I got us tickets to that one evening while we'd be down there. And I have to say that all the spontaneous moments in between the planned ones were just as memorable, such as ordering calzones one night from a hole-in-the-wall pizzeria that ended up changing our lives forever. We quickly crossing the border to Mexico before church one Sunday morning and driving along the coast. All those memories I never want to forget. And they're all things that bonded us closer than before. This adventure taught us new skills, it gave us experience and culture, and we're just plain fun. Our daughter Julia and I had our adventure together a few months ago. I found crazy cheap tickets through a flight service and that were round trip to London with a stopover in Iceland. Julia absolutely loves all things Harry Potter. She loves chocolate, she loves Nutella, which has been her after school snack for as long as I can remember, much to my chagrin. But I knew that she would jump at the chance to go to Europe. So I quickly checked in with her, made sure she was excited about that plan, and I booked those tickets. Together we found all the Harry Potter things that we wanted to do. We decided to throw in a quick tunnel trip to Paris and back. She learned so much about different countries, languages, foreign money, food, history, urban travel, you name it. She was a fantastic travel partner, held her own weight, never complained. I hadn't known what to expect of her in those situations. I think that when you're problem solving with your kids, it gives them confidence to know that you trust them and that they can figure things out on their own better than they think they can. And it's so rewarding as a parent to see them rise to the occasion. For my shy girl, a trip like this really got her outside of her comfort zone, but she thrived. Like my trip with Jackson, it was wonderful to get away from everyday life and experience new things together. We see a different side of each other in those situations, I think, and it just deepens our connections with one another. Our other two kids haven't had their trips just yet, but Luke is working on his, and I know that Grant wants to go to Coney Island someday, and what an adventure that will be. Number 13. Love is spelled T-I-M-E. Schedule regular check-ins and follow-ups with them. Casual connections are important, and so are formal ones, but also let them know you're a priority by adding them to their calendar and to-do list. Time with them should not be an afterthought, and it should not just happen when there are burning fires. Otherwise, they could come to resent lectures and interviews and meetings. Make this time together no matter what is going on in life, and use it thoughtfully to follow up on your child's life and ask questions like, how do you feel about your last math test? How is your best friend doing? How do you feel about soccer right now? And they can learn to ask questions as well, like, I see that Dad's on call this week. Can I help with the garbage? Or how is your cold feeling? Things like that. Let's see here. It says you can make these regular check-ins even fun with a lunch date or a weekly game. My dad would take us camping when we were kids. It was a great opportunity to get away from the world and just connect. He was the busiest dad, so those scheduled outings meant even more to us growing up. When I was in college, my parents, we had a standing weekly phone call date, and it really helped me transition into adulthood and overcome homesickness. Okay, number 14. Do some service together. Service teaches great life lessons, creates memories, and it feels great. It also helps kids connect with other people than just us, which is crucial to their success. After all, it will be teachers and leaders who write them recommendations to jobs and colleges, not us. Number 15, teach a skill to your child. Remember not to merely tell them how to do something. Teaching implies demonstration, explanation, modeling, coaching. This can be done teaching children how to cook something, play something, fix something. You pass on your knowledge while nurturing them at the same time. Remember that they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and that praise is vital to confidence and good self-esteem and healthy connections. Number 17, work on a project together. Let them weigh in and have ownership of it with you. For Christmas this year, we decided to update our daughter's bedroom for her. Well, we quickly realized it needed to be done with her. She is 14 years old and had been using all the adorable pink bedding I bought her when she was 2. Well, she was ready for something more mature and wanted something that reflected her personality. So she presented some ideas to me, and we decided on a cute room she found on Pinterest as inspiration, and it was perfect. We then worked together on finding the right bedding, good deals on good drapes, fun accessories. She helped build her own bookshelf. She put some babysitting money toward an art cart that she really wanted, and helped her and she created her own wall art gallery. It all came together beautifully, and we had so much fun working together on that. I love looking into her room and remembering the fun times we had doing that together. When you learn a lot and make great connections with people during a project, the end result is more than just a beautiful space. Number 18, if you are a spiritual person, pray. Pray for your children, pray to love them more, pray to have strong relationships with them, pray for them to love others more as well. Number 19, acknowledge when we make mistakes. Showing humility and meekness teaches them that mistakes are okay, and humility helps us through them. It makes us more approachable to our children as well. Number 20, the last one, journaling. I can't believe how many amazing things our children have done that they have forgotten about. Showing them photos, videos, and journals about the things we've done provide a record of that connection that can't be forgotten. Also, pulling out older family records helps us create connections with our ancestors. It can be a powerful tool and help us get to know who we are better. So children spend most of their time with their parents when they're young, but as they get older and grow up, they spend less and less time with us. And that's a good thing. They are growing and gaining independence and spreading their wings before officially flying from the nest. After all, our goal is to raise healthy, happy contributors to society. But while they may not need us every day to comb their hair and brush their teeth anymore, we are in these roles for life, and they still need us to love and guide them. Especially with all the outside influences becoming louder and stronger around us, they need to know and clearly understand that there is a safe, supportive, and unconditionally loving place with us more than ever. Let's face it, we want to enjoy having them around too, when they're at home and when they're older, and eventually we will need them. So I support you moms out there. You are doing the most important work in this world, raising the next generation behind us. No effort or sacrifice you will ever make for your family will ever be wasted. Even if things are hard for a little while, families are resilient and can learn and grow together over lifetimes. But then you might just end up being the hero your 10th grader picks to speak about in a speech class, or the one they save a cookie for from their activity, or the mom whose son tells you to tell his brother to have a great day every day as he walks out the door to the bus while that other brother is still sleeping. These moments are the sweetest in life and worth every ounce of effort we make. I'm here for you. Feel free to reach out to me through social media. Photos of our 8th grade and other adventures are on Instagram on our page at the Swiss Family Robinson. I'd love you to share your thoughts and help answer any questions you may have. We're in this together and I want to learn from you as well. So thank you again for stopping by. Best wishes to you and yours.